On the last episode, you guys saw some sweet go-kart racing, but most importantly, you saw all these boxes showing up to the house. So that means the parts are here. Let's kick off this Aprilia RS660 assembly video. Let's go. What's up, guys? Back at it today. We are going to be working on the Aprilia RS660. It's time to put some flipping parts on this bike. I'm excited. I hope the powder coating is going good with Adam. Hopefully he'll have that back any day now, guys. This thing is going to come together really good. I am really excited to show you all the parts we got and the powder coating. Let's jump into a few parts of what I'm going to put on the bike. Let's check it out, guys. Let's freaking go. Aprilia build, full tilt, ready to assemble. Here we go. What's up, guys? Okay, upon editing, I noticed I did have some corrupt files, so you guys didn't get a chance to see me finish putting just the titanium hardware on that quick release gas cap. I'll show it to you in just a second. Titanium turned out good. Also lost footage on me vinyl wrapping the frame black. That was a challenge. And if you guys have experienced vinyl wrapping, that one is pretty hard. I'm okay at it. That one kicked my butt. But GoPro's been letting me down lately. I'm thinking about switching to DJI. DJI seems to be the way to go. And I want to run their lapel mic, so my audio is probably a little bit better for you guys. Let's show you that titanium hardware. Fancy, right? So, all right. Let's get back to the video. All right, guys, we got some EvoTech radiator guards we've been putting on. A lot of little foam protective rubber pieces here, some screws, the lower guard. The instructions are kind of crap. I'm going to try to walk you through this and figure it out myself. So pardon if the instructions are a little choppy, but they suck. They're little illustrations. You got to go download them. It took me forever to find them. I'm going to tear apart what I got to tear apart to put them on, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you guys how we got to where we are. So let me figure this out instead of bumbling through the whole video here. Let's throw on the EvoTech radiator guards. Let me get at it. That's how it goes on. Ah, there's circles where they go instead of hexagons. There, there, there. Cool. Thought I was gonna have to guess where these go. You can kind of see hexagon, circle. Nice, all the top ones went right in. Very nice, very nice. Now, apparently these come down the sides here. Just like that. Hopefully this acetone isn't too harsh. Doesn't seem to be too bad. Just wanted to prep the surface. Try not to touch the surface you just prepped. So far this isn't as bad as I thought, guys. Okay, now the other side. Okay. I think with that, this part is ready to go on. I am tempted to throw a little electrical tape underneath there. Alright. Got all the foams on. Rubber protected pieces. I even went above and beyond, did a little bit of electrical tape here so it doesn't rub on the radiator mounts. Let's see if we can't figure out how to sandwich this thing in here. It just slips behind here, like so. And I think it just goes on these radiator mounts. Like that. Let's get a couple of screws in there. And then I think the other side is pretty lined up. We just won't screw it in all the way. Just so this don't fall off. There she is. Oops, sorry guys. Hey, that side looks like it's on good. Let's do the same thing. Nice, looks good in there. I'll give you guys a close up in just a second. Guys, it's been a minute since I seen it with the fairings on it. Holy crap, this thing looking good. Look at the blacked out frame. Oh. Heck yeah, still got to do the belly pan. And then we can go ahead and button up. I know it's dark in here, guys, my apologies, but we can button up the rest of the Evotech, the radiator guard. All the dash panels back in. Starting to look good, guys. Starting to look, well, back like an Aprilia. So I'm gonna throw that belly pan on. It's 4 bolts. I didn't film the other side of the fairings just because it was literally the same thing. So I think all the new upgrades, I'm just going to have you guys watch me install, and all the simple stuff like the fairings, heck, I don't know, some of the little tedious stuff, I'll run through a time lapse so you guys can see me put it on, but you don't need a step-by-step guide to that. I mean, if you really want me to do a step-by-step on the fairings, put it in the comments, but I mean, pretty generic stuff, find a bolt, unscrew it kind of thing. But lots to do still. I'm gonna get back to belly pan and we'll figure out what the next upgrade to go on is. Stick with me. Okay, last thing we got to do is put this the bottom half of the Evotech rad guard on.
the belly pan's on, as you guys just saw, so throw this on and then the bottom of the bike will be done. Comes with these really nice blacked out they're M5 bolts. They're nice. But that's not our style. We're gonna be rolling some titanium hardware. It's going to look sick, boys. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and go over the chain and sprocket setup we're going to go with. This is a factory rear tooth, a 43 rear tooth. Super light series. I opened it, already took a sneak peek, but stickers, because hell yeah. Yeah, super light 43 tooth. This thing is insanely light. We also did the Super Tech, the front sprocket. Actually, this is the first time I've had it open. This is a 16 tooth, so we went down one tooth in the front, stayed the same in the rear. So this right here, 16 tooth. And heck yeah, it feels pretty light too, not bad. I'll have to put it against the stock one, but heck yeah. And then the gold standard, no pun intended, because it is gold. The DID ER, yeah, it's the ERV7. It's the racing one, X-Ring. This is about the best of the best in my opinion. So pretty jacked about that. So that'll be going on later. Same with this, but for now we're gonna put this on, and also we're gonna go ahead and put it on with some Race Tech titanium sprocket nuts for this. They didn't come like that. I already burnt these, so they're looking fresh. So it should be cool. You'll see the gold and the bronze with the chain. You'll see the colored part in the front to match the exhaust. So I think it should look good. I think they look pretty good. Probably hard to see right now in the packaging. Note to self, if you're new to titanium, you don't really want to touch this. The oils on your fingers will tarnish the finish, the oxidization, if you will. But it's gonna look killer. So we're gonna put this on our cleaned up hub, which I already got the rear sprocket off. And yeah, let's go ahead and bolt this on. 37 foot-pounds, it's 37.9 I think, so 36, 37 foot-pounds on this bad boy. I am gonna throw some Loctite on this. Also, these nuts are the locking ones. So they have the little tab on the top, but a little extra insurance won't hurt anything. So that's what we're gonna do, guys. I'll throw it up on a tripod. I don't think the head mount will jive too good, but man, I can't get over how light this is. Supposedly over stock, not including the titanium, these three components shave 2.5 pounds of rotational weight. And going down a tooth should help the acceleration a little bit more. So should be pretty snappy. Let's go ahead and let's start throwing the sprocket on. Alright guys, we're back with the sprocket and hub. Goes on like that. Now remember, there was a safety ring around this washer and nut. We're not going to run the safety ring around this because I don't think it looks as good, whatever. And then I just came in today. I went ahead and picked up, well, probably not going to see the gloves on, but some black zinc coated washers. They're a little thicker, but that'll also help make up for that safety ring and the washer. The washers were half this thickness, so I think it'll work perfect. If you guys remember, I already burnt some titanium for this. So we're gonna lay those out like so. We're gonna get a little Loctite, and then we're gonna go ahead and start throwing these bad boys on. We can put our washers on now. I measured these are the same spec, just a little bit thicker than the OEM Aprilia washers. All right, and then you can see here our burnt titanium that I burnt. If you guys want to see a video of me burning titanium, let me know in the comments, but it's pretty straightforward. It's all about the prep work like anything else. And these are the tabbed lock nuts as they are as well. So I'm sure someone will leave a comment in the description saying, TJ, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to use a plastic baggie as a protector. And I'm just going to run these snug, and then we'll go ahead and use our torque wrench to torque these down. Okay. And then we can go ahead and torque these down. All right, guys, we got all the titanium torqued down to spec. Looking good, I might add. So let's jump ahead to the next thing.
What's up? So, I just got a phone call from Adam. He's like, hey, TJ, that swing arm is done. Do you want it now? And I was like, yeah. He's like, your other parts are going to be done very soon. But he's like, I first and foremost got the swing arm done. I said, perfect, because that's what I wanted to start assembling first. So, I'm going to show you guys the swing arm right now. Boom. Satin black, looking fresh. Thing looks good. I'm sorry about against the black table, but I wanted to put something down to protect it. Not that I think it'll scratch up. I just don't want to risk it. We're gonna start assembling that swing arm after I get the bearings pressed in. It is like 100 degrees outside, and it's supposed to be like that all week. So if I look like a sweaty, tired mess, it's probably because I'm a sweaty, tired mess. So let's jump to the swing arm right now. I'm freaking excited. All right, here I am pressing the bearings into this rear swing arm. The freshly coated swing arm, I might add. Man, that thing turned out really good. Again, big thanks to AMS Coatings. Adam does some great coating there. If you guys need some powder coating, I'm serious. Hit up Adam. I usually leave his stuff in the description. Yeah, go check it out. I'll try to remember to do that. If not, his stuff is definitely in all my other videos. Go check it out. Huge thank you to Adam. These bearings are pressing in pretty easy. I had a little bit of trouble with the first one. I can't really heat the swing arm too much because the powder coat, you know, the old heat and freeze trick. Freeze the bearings, heat the swing arm, and the bearings go in a whole lot easier. I didn't do that here. I just used my neighbor's Mike's press. Mike, if you're watching, dude, thank you so much for letting me use your press. Or any of your other tools, man. You're super cool. Appreciate you. Always help me out whenever I need an extra tool or something. So appreciate it. If I haven't already given you a beer, yeah, I owe you one. But yeah, these bearings are pressing in really good. I use the bearings that were already on it. The bike doesn't have a lot of miles, and the bearings felt really smooth. So, and of course, Adam, you know, didn't powder coat inside of where the bearings actually go. So, greased, put a whole lot of grease in the swing arm pivot holes, and the bearings pressed right in.
Alright guys, trying a new camera view here. I don't know whether you can see it, but we got the bearings pressed in. I gotta grease them. I think they're in far enough. May have to toy with them some, but we'll cross that road when we get there. Let's put our plugs in. We already cleaned those up. So plugs just simply go right in like that. There we go. And on the inside, like that. And then there should be one more. Plug right here. Guys, look how good the swing arm looks. Alright. Chain slide, we got that all cleaned up. If you guys remember when I tore it apart in the teardown video, it was looking ugly, but we cleaned it up. This is about the worst of it. I was going to put some electrical tape on here, maybe to keep this from rubbing on the powder, but I don't know how well it'll stick. We're just going to send it. And that goes right around here. Just like that. And there's two brackets that hold this on, which are in here. I spray painted them. Boy, I hope they hold up. Some of the other spray paint I did seemed like it was going to flake right off. I could probably dig my nail into that, but that's alright. These go in here. They look better than silver. Got our hardware here. But that's how those go on. I got to dig for it in here though, but I went ahead. We're going to do a bunch of titanium bolts on the swing arm, because I think it'll look sexy and it'll match the exhaust. So let me figure out where those are, and then we'll bolt everything up. Goes in there like so. Here's our stock dirty hardware. I don't suggest you doing this with your bare fingers, but look at the new hardware going in. Oh, it's gonna look so good. I always like to use just a little bit of purple Loctite. Again, you don't have to at all. This is just some really low strength. It's almost like nylon nut. Just helps with the vibration of this bike. And it helps just a barrier between the titanium and the aluminum. I just want them to play nice. If that works, then heck yeah. Like I said, it's just something I do. Just peace of mind. Again, you shouldn't be touching burnt titanium. If you guys don't know why, the oil is in your finger. Will tarnish the oxidation. That's a tight fit, but that is money. We just want a little. That's a lot. Okay, don't do that much. But we just want a little tiny bit, and we're gonna go ahead and screw that on there. Oh, that looks cool. It's just a little touch I was looking for. We're gonna go ahead and do the bottom. I know I didn't tighten those up. I did it on purpose, in case I gotta move this or stretch it around the swing arm. Hope you guys can see that. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the light. I know what you're thinking, TJ, who's gonna see the titanium bolt in the bottom of the swing arm? I don't know, but I know it's there, and it's flipping cool. And just snugging this up, just like that. And check that out, the first little bit of tie on the swing arm. Alright guys, we just got the plug and the chain slide on the freshly coated swing arm. Next part I want to put on, brand new in the package. This is a heel guard. I believe these only come for some reason on the Tuarno 660s. The RS660 comes with this really crappy sticker that's on here, and it eventually yellows and peels. The original owner of the bike peeled it off before I ever got it. But especially if you ride boots, not only shoes, but if you ride in boots,
as I do, I don't want to scratch the piss out of this freshly coated swing arm. So I went and got one of these plastic heel guards. Let's get it open. All right. It matches the texture of the rest of the plastics on the spike, and it just goes on the back. Just goes on right there. I'll obviously put it on in just a minute. But you do have to double-sided tape to the side of the swing arm. Something like that. Yeah, so that'll look fine. I was hoping it wouldn't look too bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some double-sided tape on this. We're gonna clean off everything real good with probably some probably some rubbing alcohol or something, isopropyl alcohol. I don't want to do acetone on this or something more harsh than that. I think that's the next step. So let's jump to it. Very nice, very nice. All right, so we went ahead and we got this all double-sided taped up. That was fun. Whatever, peeling the little crap off is so tedious. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna use our heat gun. We're gonna heat this up and the swing arm, get everything right where it needed to be, smack that bad boy on, put a lot of pressure on, make sure this is stuck really, really well, because it will probably see some, well, maybe some rain if I decide to get caught in the rain. Also just washing the bike, so we want to make sure this is good and stuck to the swing arm. Still haven't touched the swing arm after we went ahead and we degreased it with alcohol. We did the same with this beforehand, and most of this stuff is sticking really, really well. So we're gonna put a little heat on it and get this thing extra sticky and smack that on there. Remember, you only really get one shot. If you got to pull it off and restick it, you might have to redo all this again. So always be very careful. Start at the top and just kind of like swing it on and make sure you got it in the right spot or as close as you can get it on the first try. Let's see if I can do that right now. And again, be careful because it's powder coat. You don't want to get this too hot. We are just trying to warm the metal. Start heating the sticky. You don't want to get it too hot. I can already smell a little bit of it. You don't want it bubbling. Actually, I'm melting my moving blanket as a tablecloth. That's probably fine. Dang, that's wild. I melted it. Alright, apparently it was hot. One chance is what you get. Full M&M 8 Mile. If you had one shot, one opportunity. Better. It feels pretty good. I think we did it, boys. Let's make sure we line up the back. Oh, look at that. I nailed that. You guys see that? That'll go on just fine with a screw. Heck yeah.
Well, heel guard's on. That seems to be stuck on there. I'm excited. Let's jump on to the next thing. Heck yeah. All right, next up we got this bolt and this bracket here. Oh, this is cool. That little ear is for this piece right there. No way, get out. That's freaking awesome. And then this piece holds the brake lines that goes to the rear caliper. So hooks go down in this situation, or if you're putting it on, they go out. And then I don't have to tell you guys, of course, we're going tie. What's up, guys? It's the next day. Man, it was getting late last night, and you know, work comes early. But heel guard is on there. That thing ain't coming off at all. Looks great. Our titanium bolt looks good. I highly suggest you guys go ahead and alcohol prep and heat gun. I think the heat gun really does help this that 3M adhesive stick. Good adhesive, good prep, good results. Next thing to throw up on the swing arm here, Bonamici billet chain adjusters. Yeah, Bonamici for the Aprilia. Mwah! It's gonna be nice. Billet, these things are super cool. The package was a little wrecked when I got it. Don't mind that. The instructions did kind of fall out with the stainless bolts. But yeah, really excited to have this part. It'll look really good, and it's just highly functional. The amount of measuring you can get, there in the package, lighting sucks. The amount of fine adjustment you can get with your chain tension and axle alignment, it's so precise. I mean, all the markings are on here. I think one click or something is 1 millimeter. Super cool part. A little Gucci, a little pricey, but I'm proud to own it. So let's go ahead, let's throw this on the swing arm, let's get at it. Okay guys, got them out of the package. These are some pretty crude instructions. Basically it looks like you got your chain adjuster, 2 bolts, a bolt to hold it in the front, and this little tiny piece here so it holds it on the back. So not a lot, there's no torque specs, so maybe just one ugga-dugga. But they're gonna sit in there just like so. One of the cons is it does hang off the back of the swing arm a little bit. But I'm not gonna cry that I got some Italian billet, I guess, hanging off the back of the swing arm, so. And it's hella functional. Just the way you can micro adjust. Man, that's pretty precise. So they give you this bag of stainless hardware. You guys already know, I've already burnt my own hardware. We're going full tie. Okay guys, got our chain adjuster here. Yes, look at the titanium. Beautiful and fresh burnt hardware. Heck yeah guys. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and use some blue Loctite on this one, so I really don't want these coming loose. We got our blue Loctite stick here. And I think for now, I should start with the front. So I adjusted this all the way back. It's gonna sit there just like so. Let's take our first bolt. We're gonna do just a schmear. That's actually more than a schmear. Yeah, that'll work. I'll take this other schmear. And we'll give this a schmear. First guess. Ugh, I do not want to tear that thing up. Looks like we're in this for the long haul.
1 hour later.
All right. Let's go ahead. I need a little bit of Loctite on these back ones here. So then this is going to go, well, without dropping it, like that, I guess. Doesn't feel like a lot holding this on. Let me know in the comments if you guys think the titanium hardware was worth it or if the stainless was good enough. Am I being too Gucci? Sorry, I gotta take care of this. Am I being too Gucci? Or is there no such thing? Am I doing it for weight reduction? Not really. I always think of titanium. There's a bonus. Is it light and strong? Yes. Is that why I do it? Kind of. Not gonna lie to my viewers. If the wife's watching this, this is absolutely necessary. Cool. 3 Ugga Duggas later, that's one side. Let's see what she looks like. Well, it looks like some Italian billet and titanium, guys. It's looking sick. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, rinse and repeat. 1 bolt, 2 bolts in the back. This bracket goes right on, pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this up and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, guys, the Aprilia chain guard. This whole piece is ugly. Yeah, I think it's got to come off. I think this whole thing gets chopped right here. This whole entire guard comes off the top of it. Yes, I'm aware it's probably going to fling some chain lube on the bike. I'll have to keep it clean. All good. But I think it'll look way better than this big thing. Mixed emotions in the comments before. Worst case, there's a couple of these floating around I found for under 40 bucks. So if I chop it off, don't like it, I'll just order another one. It's 40 bucks. I think it'll look cool. I could even, if I'm going to go on a long road trip, this is just a few bolts. I think we could switch this out pretty easy. So worst case, end of the day, we chop this up. We don't like it. 40 bucks. I get a new one to my door. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll probably throw you guys on a time lapse. My camera's overheating. It's 107 degrees here in Michigan with the heat index. So my apologies. I'm having some camera issues. I keep stopping and starting. I'm not making a lot of progress here tonight. So I don't know if you guys want to see the process of cutting that. I'm going to try it with a razor blade. And then if that doesn't work, then maybe I'll try it with a Dremel. And if it looks too ugly, then I'll order another one anyway. So I'm going to try this real quick. If I'm making good progress and like the razor blade thing's working, then I'll flip the camera back on. But she's about to overheat right now. So sorry, guys. It's hot. It's nasty here. Let's get to it. Well, been evicted. Go on, get so much cleaner now. We got a lot of stuff to clean up here at the top. Yeah, I want to try to sand this, try to make it a little contour, just like she would be from the factory. I'm gonna work on that for a little bit.
Yeah, I couldn't really do it with a razor blade. I was scoring it, and it didn't work. And I got hot plastic burnt into my arm now. But yeah, as you've seen, I used a Dremel. Yeah, I didn't know if you guys actually wanted to watch me cut that or not. Man, I got burnt plastic all over this thing. So I'm going to clean this up for the next few hours, and then I'm probably calling it a night. It's getting late. It's, it says it's 94 in my garage right now, and I'm pouring sweat. So I'm going to get music back on. I'm going to get this fan back on, and I'm going to spend the rest of the night cleaning this up. So I might check in one more time. If not, I'll check in tomorrow, guys. Alright, guys. This video is getting way too long. So that's the end. We're calling it part 1 of the assembly of the RS660. Dude, the Aprilia, it looks insane. Come back for the next one. I'm serious, guys. If you made it this far, thank you. I'm so sorry about the long video. But hey, you guys said you wanted an in-depth video, so I try to do less time-lapse. So tell me what you think in the comments. Yeah, part 2's nuts. I finally got a day to edit. We've been filming. I got more content coming. You guys are gonna trip when you see some of the next videos coming up. Seriously, stick around, subscribe so you do not miss these videos. You guys aren't gonna wanna miss them. All right, thanks so much for sticking around. Part 2 coming your way. Again, the bike looks epic. Thanks, guys. Seriously. Later.